gentlemen, back in the shed here with Project NP, as you can see. Now, it failed the pits today. Unfortunately, they picked me up for 4 things. An oil leak, which I'm yet to find because I degreased this thing like a mofo. So there must be some residual oil somewhere because it's not... I had a quick look just before and I can't see anything, but we'll go through it again in a bit. They picked me up for the brake pedal rubber. I've got a new one of them in a bag over there. So we'll chuck that on. That's a 2-second job. Then we got lower shock bushes. I'm gonna get them done locally by a shop because I don't have a press and I can't be bothered screwing around for 6 hours with a vise and a couple of sockets. So it's just not worth the time doing it that way. I'm just gonna get it done. I can get it done cheaply, so do that. And the other thing was a wheel alignment. So that's the 4 things that got picked up for. Stay tuned. So we're gonna crack into this. Rip manifold off, battery out, airbox out, get out all ready, and then we can start ripping the struts out and get them down to a local shop. So I'll put it on hyperlapse and let's go for gold. Alright guys, as you've just seen, I've done the taken the intake manifold off, resealed that, done the rocker covers, sealed those up. Forgot 3 spark plug leads, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So had to take throttle body off, reseal that, put those spark plug leads back in. It's all back together. It's pretty much ready to start. The only thing is I've got to leave the battery out and the airbox off because I'm about to rip the struts out. So let's get to that. Alright, so I forgot to record a little bit, but so far I've dropped the top ball joint down, undone the 3 bolts on top of the shock, and undone the big bolt that goes through the bottom of the shock. Now, this isn't the easiest way to do it, but I really don't feel like cracking the top control arm bolts here. So I'm going to bust my finger again because I've already called blood rule once. It's a bit tricky, but it can be done with everything on the car. Stuck on the plastic freaking wheel line. She's out. got the struts out. I actually surprised myself with how quick I could pull them out because the Tritons are a lot easier than the Pajeros, trust me. But nevertheless, got both of them out in half decent time. So I'm going to run these down to the local suspension place that I'm going to get to do the bushes. They're going to press in some new bushes because these ones are shot. I'll put a photo up now. And yeah, next time you see me, I'll be chucking them back in. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, how you going? I just got back from the shop with the struts. So they've got new lower bushes pressed in. So I'm going to go ahead and refit those now and... One thing to note is the lower strut bolts here, the nut and bolt. Same as any suspension component. It's always best to tighten these up when the vehicle's on the floor and the weight's on the actual suspension. Otherwise you can hold these bushes in one spot, and when it twists as the vehicle is just sitting at its normal ride height, it will prematurely wear out the bush or twist it all out of shape. So just something to keep in mind. Alright, so it's all back together now, so I'm just going to kick it in the guts and hopefully it fires up and there's no issues. Alright, so Project NP was due for its re-inspection last week. Unfortunately, when driving to the tyre shop for a wheel alignment, the temp gauge started fluctuating drastically. As soon as I got home, I fixed the temp gauge, but I missed a step in the process. Duh! The next day on the way to inspection, the speedo wasn't operating correctly. A good bloke Rudy pointed out my mistake in a second, but I wasn't near the Pajero to fix it in time. I was forced to cancel the appointment and rebook. Alright, so that wraps up this video. I'd just like to thank all the supporters and subscribers and everybody who's watched it for their support. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button because the next project is way more exciting. So as soon as the Project NP is out of my shed, there's another much more exciting project moving in. Thanks for watching. See you next time.